Hi, this is Matthew from the Five Steps, excuse me, Five Steps and Zero program. What we're doing is working on a community center there. As you most likely already know, and this is one of our updates, used to be daily, but we're just at the beginning of the project and we're still kind of scrambling, or we're still kind of figuring out how to organize the project, how to raise money for the project, and execute the project. We're not even to that point yet, but I'm sure there will be something to figure out there. See behind me a picture of some kids that are sharing some food. And these are examples of some of the kids that are right now counting on us in Zero, Uganda for their food and for their survival. I'm not sure, I don't know these two kids because I haven't been out there yet. Right now I'm in Chiang Rai, Thailand. Today is the Monday. It's the let's see, I guess it's the 18th of October, 2021. And like I say, it used to be daily updates, but not enough going on. Lately, we're still getting organized. And so I found that the daily updates were overkill. They were just too much because there wasn't enough to share. But there is, always something that we can share. And unfortunately, what happened last week, which has put maybe made an interruption or maybe made a real impact on Mr. Benson there in Zero, my partner for the project. They lost a young man. He's only 20 years old. He was walking, I guess, and he tripped and he fell. He was walking maybe next to a ditch. He fell in the ditch and drowned. This was maybe a kind of a deep ditch because it's used for stone mining. They're mining stone there. And this is how a lot of people make their living there. So it hasn't been an update for several days now. And now I decided just to do an update, let you know what's going on. We're realizing some key things, and I'm going to write these down as I'm saying them because I don't want to forget something next time that I talk about this. But in order to raise money for a project, you need tax status. We don't have it. You need a track record. We don't have a track record because this is a pilot project. You need a reputation. We don't have a reputation because it's a new project. And we also don't have a foundation of supporters because it's kind of like having a reputation. Not only have we not proven ourselves with our project yet, but we also we don't have supporters that know us and say, hey, we're going to kick in. I remember working at the San Diego Coalition for the Homeless. My experience there was one that we weren't making a big impact on the community at all. I didn't see that. And my time there was maybe 6 months or something like that. They shut down the center without telling me, stole all my furniture, everything that I had. I had computers and I had a lot of, I actually was functioning out of there and I was working on a project. They stole all the money from my project. They just took it so that I had no money to do the coupon project. I had no money to do the printing of the coupon books or to carry on because the donations that they got in my name, they stole that money instead of putting it towards the project. So that's one of the reasons why they failed. But my experience with them was that they had, even though it was a very corrupt and incompetent and, not a very beneficial organization for anybody. At the same time, they knew people because they had their building. They had been there for years. Things, I guess, are kind of falling apart when I showed up, when I started working there. Things had been on the decline and there was no saving the organization. San Diego Coalition for the Homeless had a reputation. They would get donations from people, a couple hundred here, a couple hundred there, help to pay the rent, help them to maybe buy supplies, and help them to support projects that they were working on. We don't have that reputation. We don't have a regular number of donors, things like that. Tax status, track record, where we don't have that. We haven't proven ourselves yet because it's, like I say, a pilot project. So we don't have the reputation. and we don't have the foundation of supporters that know us and say, okay, we're going to support this project. So it's tough to get started, and we don't have a lot of resources. We don't have any backing at all, and we don't have our own money. Mr. Benson and I, we don't have our own money. We just have barely money for survival, for day to day, to support our, our own life requirements. So because we're lacking all of these things, it's a hard thing to find a donation to get things started. The first donation we need is $30,000, and what that'll do is that'll get set up in for the first quarter all of our expenses for running the project, and then that's 10,000, and then 20,000 would be for buying the property where we're going to build our community center. And so without that first 30,000, I can't go to Uganda. I have to stay here in Thailand and, make money. If I can't find donations, then I'll earn the money myself to get the project off the ground. And I believe that once the project kind of gets going, and once the project is somewhat complete, then we'll have a reputation, we'll have some exposure, and it will be easier to duplicate the project, because people that have some extra resources, especially money to invest or money to donate to the project, they want to see more of that. It's a unique project, it's a sustainable community. It's a community that helps people to empower them. Now, if maybe somebody has a flood, you can help them survive. You can give them rations, you can help build a dam or whatever, or clean up after the flood devastation or the hurricanes devastation or the earthquake devastation. And these are all great and important needs that people are filling through organizations like Doctors Without Borders. They're doing some great medical stuff, helping people that can't get to a hospital, things like that. Saving lives are great. Changing lives, it's great. Red Cross, what is it called? I forgot. There's the Muslim organization that's kind of parallel with Red Cross. It's called the Red Crescent. And they're doing, these guys are all doing great work. World Food Program, these guys are all doing really great work in emergency situations. But in a long term, they're not providing an environment where people can grow and people can become independent. That's not their job. They're dealing with disasters normally. But what we want to do is we want to create what's called a community center, a physical place people can go. And you don't just go there to play ping pong, or you don't just go there to get food. It's not a food bank. I know some people that are religious kind of extremists that have they're doing a food bank. What do they call it? A food pantry, where people can come. People drive up in their Mercedes. I've seen it. I've been there. I volunteered there for a while. Food pantry. People can come up. People that don't need anything. They have money. They've got a job. They've got income. They've got food, but they can come in and get grocery bags full of food. And it's all in the name of spreading their gospel, spreading their religion. People picking up food has nothing to do with empowering people, because empowerment is job training. Empowerment is a community that helps you work through the ups and downs. So if you've never had a job before, or you're in a community that's like Zero Uganda, where there are very little jobs, there are very few jobs. There's one that I know of is sitting on the ground with a hammer and breaking up rocks. And you do that for 12 hours a day for 7 days a week, and you get $11. This is absolutely no way to survive, no way to feed a family. People do it, but they're barely surviving. And that's like the main job in that area. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a sustainable community where we'll have a chicken farm, we'll have a big greenhouse and maybe a garden too. And we'll have maybe goats, and we'll have job training where people from the community, people outside the community looking for employees, they can help with the job training, they can help with job placement programs, things like that. So everything that a human being needs, we'll have a little cafe there too. So everything that a human needs to survive, that they don't get from their family. I know my family basically abandoned me. I've got three sisters and two brothers, and there's been no community. When I left home when I was 16, you know, I was abandoned by my family at that time. So I know what abandonment is like. I know what it feels like to have people that really don't care about you, but they should, but they don't. And so the Everybody Community Center, you know, it's designed to be a place that deliberately and is designed to help people through trouble, whether they're dealing with you know, it's definitely not a mental hospital and it's definitely not a rehab center. But if you're dealing with some challenges regarding substances, you need somebody to talk to. I mean, we're there. You need a meal, we're there. But it's about accountability 100%. So if you want to come and get some food, you can volunteer too. Help out in the greenhouse, help out in the chicken farm, help out with this, help out with that. And we keep track of your time, and then we keep track of what we give you so that, you know, people understand that, you know, these things don't come for free. It's not about handouts. And we make that really clear on the website, 5steps.org. We make that really clear that we're not there to enable people. We're there to empower. We're there to help people to get on their feet and to develop. And right now, the way it's been, you know, it hasn't been happening at all. So that's what we're doing. And now we're scaling back a little bit on our daily videos and just doing update videos as we see necessary. And we're working on getting our income going. At the end of this video, you can see how to contact us. And tell a friend, like this video on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get updates. Hope everything's going great with you. Until next time, my name is Matthew. This is the 5 Steps Organization Project for Community Center in Uganda. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for listening.